Part 2 on how I caught my boyfriend cheating on me with 2 of my best friends. Like I said, I confronted my boyfriend about it, and he pretended there was nothing going wrong. So I went to my best friend about it, and I kind of did like a reverse psychology thing on her. I told her that my boyfriend told me everything that was going on. And I was like, did y'all even use protection? Not really knowing what's really going on. And she was like, I'm sorry, it was only a one-time thing. And that she was just drunk one night. And I was like, sis, you practically told on yourself because I was joking. And then she kind of like snitched on my other best friend. She was like, I wasn't the only one, you know. And of course I was like, what you mean? And she said a couple months back when we were in high school that my other best friend had slept with him also. The whole situation was just messy. I ended up cutting off my whole circle. And later on that freshman year, my ex-boyfriend started dating my ex-best friend. This is why you should never catch rides with strangers. So last year in June, one of my closest friends had a graduation party. She lived in New York, so I had to get a cab service to drive me to the party. By the way, I'm from Jersey. I think I paid like $150, but she had told me not to worry about the drive back and that she would drive me back. And plus, she was going to stay over because she really wanted to see my family. Fast forward, I get to the party. I had a great time. I met some of her newer college friends. And everyone seemed pretty cool. We took shots and had hookah. It was real fun. So after the party is over, I get myself ready. And I went to my friend, you know, expecting to ride back. But she was too drunk. One of her friends was like, spend the night. And, you know, go back home tomorrow morning. But I told her I had work and school. The only person that was willing to take me back was one of her friend's cousin. And we're going to call him John. John said he had no problem taking me back. And 2 hours was nothing. All her friends said it'd be safer that way, so I was like, okay. But it turned out to be a big mistake. Come back for part 2. Part 2 of you should never take a ride from a stranger. So, like I said, John volunteered to take me home. Everyone said it was probably best because my best friend was drunk. So I gave John my address. We get in the car and we start heading home. 30 minutes into driving, he starts falling asleep on the road. We literally almost got into an accident. He said he needed to stop and like nap for a few minutes. And y'all, if I knew how to drive, I probably would have drove. But he was like the only liable driver with a license, and I was kind of nervous about him falling asleep on the road, so I was kind of okay with him stopping. He fell asleep immediately. Me, on the other hand, I stayed up till my phone died, and I knocked out. A couple of minutes after sleeping, it sounded like the back door had closed, and it woke me up. I woke John up saying, like, we need to go. And he's like, what's going on? I told him the car back door literally slammed. He looked back and said, how? Like, the door is locked. And I'm like, no, seriously, I heard the door slam. He was saying maybe you dreamed about it because there's no possible way this door opened. But I'm not dumb. I know what I heard. Come back for part 3.
Goddamn, I hurt my knuckles. Hey, baby, go to bed. Throw it back and then she twist. Off the chain, she go berserk. I'm trying to fuck with her and her. Cut it up, don't cut it up. She gon' throw it, she gon' knock.
Hey, I like your dress. Thanks. It has pockets. Pockets? Oh my god, her dress has pockets. Can you believe her dress has pockets? Pockets.
Okay, so I need you guys' help real quick. I'm not the best with putting outfits together, but I paired this black top from 𝙎𝙪𝙗 with this blue skirt. It's really comfy and it also has pockets, which is a plus. But I was thinking of actually pairing it with this white top instead. Let me know if the white top looks better with the skirt. I was thinking about pairing it with some white sneakers. Look at the back. I just love these tops, but y'all let me know which one looks better with the skirt.
The jury would like to call to the stand a key witness in this case. You are facing a first-degree murder charge. How do you plead?
I plead innocent.
Okay, let's proceed.
So I was there just minding my business when all of a sudden I felt this sickness. I went on a drive just to clear my head, but when I got home he'd already been dead. Of course I cried, then I called the police and they asked me who I was to the deceased. My jaw dropped in disbelief. Were they really about to interrogate me? I got my lawyer on the phone and I told him what I'd done. He said, honey, I don't know if I can get you out of this one. And then...
And what did you do?
I'm sorry, what?
You admit that you did something.
I didn't admit to anything.
So his will had nothing to do with it?
No, I didn't do anything. I mean, yeah, I was in his will and I was gonna get billions of dollars when he died, but that has nothing to do with the fact that he died. Okay?
Hey guys. longer than I'm supposed to. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off. It turned out real nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. I love them. Story time of the worst birthday, and I'm pretty sure no one can top this. At the time, I was turning 25. I didn't want to do a big birthday party, so I did a small get-together. I held the mini get-together at my place, and it was around 10 to 15 of us. My friends and some of my boyfriend's friends all came. So as the party's starting, of course, we're taking shots, and my friend told me that she didn't want to drink. And I was like, why, you're pregnant or something? But I was joking. And she was like, I think so. I was like, by who? And she said that she did not know. She didn't know whether or not if she was pregnant, but she didn't want to be sick at the party, so she didn't drink. So everyone starts coming in, we're all having a good time. And she says she starts to feel lightheaded and she really didn't feel good. So I told her, to go inside of my room, lay down until she feels better. And she took some water and went to my room, which was the first mistake, which I'll get into in part 2. Part 2 of the worst birthday. So like I said, she was feeling sick and I sent her to my room. So as time goes on, I check on her just to make sure she's fine. But every time I looked, she was asleep. By the time the party was over, everybody passed out at my place. It was like a huge sleepover. So it had to be approximately 4:30 a.m. I wake up feeling a little nauseous. And when I got up and looked around, I didn't see my boyfriend. Unconsciously, I wasn't really thinking too much about him. I was just looking to get to the bathroom. Now my bathroom is connected to my room. So I walked through my bedroom to get to my bathroom. And remember, like I told y'all, I left my friend in my bed because she was feeling sick. Because she was possibly pregnant. When I got done in the bathroom, I went back in the room to check on her. But when I looked at the bed, it looked like it had 2 bodies. And I'm like, who's in the bed? Because I didn't say anybody else could sleep in there. When I removed the covers, my best friend and boyfriend were naked in my bed.